Men talking, cause real spit you don't find that often. Learn to listen when it's grown men talking, cause real spit you don't find that often. Every discussion from experience, and hopefully within it delivers some deliverance. It's all facts and opinionated, from the west where that real spit originated. Brothers truly trying to save a soul, provoke thought so we can really designate a goal. We on that grown man scribble, the ball in our court with command on the dribble. This is something that'll help us show, cause it's something that'll help us grow. We see exactly what the people need. Now welcome to the show, Spitt'n Pollassedz. Welcome to the show, Spitt'n Pollassedz. Welcome to the show, Spitt'n Pollassedz. Learn to listen when it's grown men talking, cause real spit you don't find that often. Learn to listen when it's grown men talking, cause real spit you don't find that often. Spitt'n Pollassedz.
Spitt'n Pollassedz. What's up, people? What's up? Come on in, y'all know the rules. What's the day?
Spitt'n Pollassedz.
No, it's man.
Damn.
Oh yeah, you're right.
What you trying to say?
You said Spitt'n Pollassedz.
Day? Did you say day?
Yeah.
Anyway, the hell with Trevor.
Can I holla?
Holla.
Go ahead.
Go and do your
Spitt'n Pollassedz Day.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you. Please like, share, tell a friend to
Follow,
tune in.
all that.
I'm
Subscribe.
trying,
Yes.
you already know why I'm stalling, right? Y'all know why I'm stalling, right?
Why?
You see what time it is? In the beginning of the show, what usually happens?
We threw him off, Spencer.
Yeah.
We threw him off.
Oh, you
No,
waiting?
don't
on the
worry
phone
about
call.
it. He'll
He
call in.
He probably say y'all late. Y'all CP
Right.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get
Trev, you ain't hot.
Hot. Why you say that?
look a little
Yeah.
spicy.
That little season,
got that-
that little
he got
season
that
of salt.
sugar
Season
and
of salt.
cinnamon.
What's today's topic? Before we get into all that, what's today's topic, ladies and gentlemen? Today's topic is what, Irvin?
Everybody can't go.
We're talking about family members, friends, relationships, children, spouses.
And you can't go with that shirt on.
No,
So how was everybody's week? Did everybody have a good week? Let's start off with Irvin. Irvin, how was your
I had
week?
a wonderful week. Let's go back to the shirt.
Let's go call him the
How
shirt
is the
tonight.
shirt doing?
Shirt.
Let's ask the shirt.
I like my shirt, by the way. Just for the record.
We could tell because it goes with nothing.
Well, press
you
like
still-
and share
yes,
so
like-
somebody else can hear. I think it matches my shoes a little bit, maybe my hat.
You
but
forced
okay.
it. You snatched it down to the shoes.
Oh, that's one of
So,
the-
how was your week, Kevin?
Man, it was good up until the day, man. But yeah, I'm here. I'm here, bro.
Yeah, that
That's a
could be
blessing.
rough.
You know what?
Yeah.
To be here is a blessing.
It is definitely.
Yeah.
I'm not
A lot of
gonna
people
sell it
not
short.
on this
It's
side.
not.
Yeah.
Some
Some
few
people were here last week that ain't
Yeah.
here this week.
Our
So,
street,
I mean,
our streets is hot, and a few people didn't make it today, man. So it's a blessing. Canoe, how you doing, brother?
Blessed and highly favored.
you look like it too,
Oh.
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, let's get into this. Everybody can't go.
Everybody can. Anybody got a tissue?
Tissue. Trevor crying? What? What's wrong, Trevor?
That's it.
I wouldn't.
It's gonna be
Why is
okay,
it-
Trevor.
I had a good week, by the way, everybody. I had a good week. I got a couple of
He's
friends
my
down
bad.
here.
My bad, Trev.
Hey, I'm still trying to find the power in the sweet and sour. I got some friends down here in the studio. Some of the
customers.
clients we got in the call. We have some people that have gone through some losses and some growth. You know, for those that have experienced or dealing with whether it be deaths or funerals, because it seems like we all pretty much this week
Yeah.
had to
Been
deal with
trying
some
this week.
capacity of a loss.
Mhm.
And you know, much condolences to Nicole Lee and the way she took care of her mom, and my condolences to you that has lost a bass player, as well as Kevin that has lost a relative.
No,
no.
almost.
gone yet.
Okay,
but the ones around him.
All right, the
are
ones
gone.
around him passed, but
Yeah.
he's unfortunately in the hospital right
Yeah.
now. I want to also thank for the fellas that are in the studio. You got Deshaun, you got Johnny, you got Mackie. Who else is in?
You want to write love letters or something?
I want to thank them and let them know that I appreciate them,
it.
Well,
brother.
I
We
want
have
to tell
Dub,
them
Appreciate them too.
Dub
that
is in
they
the-
may not be friends. Tell
Are they
them to call you.
customers?
They're probably listed
Yeah,
under
they-
client They shine.
So back to the topic of the day. You know, everybody can't go. I'm gonna leave your ass.
Client Day Shine.
Okay, brave
Did
boy.
you?
This.
What you gonna leave these beautiful?
No, I was still talking. Y'all cut me off.
I didn't cut you off. I'm just asking. But when you done,
Okay, I'll introduce Nicole. I'll introduce Nicole Lee.
Tiffany's here.
There it is. There.
Kevin, Kier, you leave them
Yeah.
out?
That was his job.
Direction,
That was his job.
it was like
And we got Derek. Derek is here.
yeah,
Derek is
Derek
back,
Pope
ladies
is
and
here.
gentlemen.
manager.
Derek Pope is here.
He do everything.
Yep.
So let's go ahead
Couldn't
and
do it without him.
That never be on camera.
Mm-hmm.
so let's discuss when we say everybody can't go. What do we mean? We have different aspects of it. We have our children, our spouse, our family members, and we have our friends. Which one do we want to start off with first?
Let me hear you say where the kids can go. That's what I want to. What do you mean?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Some people are in I'm gonna say trying or testing or tumultuous relationships with their child, right? And some of the people or some people I'll say that, oh, I got a good relationship with my parent. Well, how in the do your children have a good relationship with you?
Shit, ask him.
Okay, so now here's the thing. If they say
They
yes,
here, ain't they?
if they say yes, they're
That
talking
would
to
be
each
in-
other. But the thing here is who gets to say we're having a good relationship? You're the giver. What are they what are they doing for you to help
Sure.
you?
No,
Are they
a
contributing
relationship is
to-
both ways.
Right.
That's reciprocity, right? But now, because he's responsible for them, do they have a relationship filled with reciprocity? Reciprocity? What can they do for their father right now?
Love him.
Some people
love him. They can do a lot
Love
for
is
him.
a- fuck
What are you
that.
saying? They
Love
can't
is
do
an
nothing
action
for him?
word.
What do you mean?
love is an action word, true or true.
They can't.
probably
So
do
they can't
stuff
show
for him.
action.
Okay, but love is an action word, true or true. You didn't answer the question.
I'm saying yes. They can
Okay,
do some
so-
stuff for him.
Okay,
I've
so now,
named several
so
things.
now, what are some of the things that can help him fulfill his job, mission, vision, and purpose? What can they do to help with some of the responsibilities that he has? What are they doing now to lighten his load?
Using
Why are they-
him as an example. It sounds like
Because
you're
that's where we're
speaking from
going.
a personal
What? No, I'm not saying.
perspective.
I'm not saying it from a personal perspective because he asked me a question.
Okay. I think
So
it
sometimes-
sounds personal.
Sometimes some people even outgrow their very children.
because you don't want to keep saying you outgrow your children. Have you outgrown any children of yours?
No, I haven't. But I'm saying
Okay,
some
well,
people can
stop
outgrow
putting
their
it on
children.
Well,
everybody
not
else.
yet. We haven't reached that level yet.
Okay.
You
Let's
know.
just pray that you never reach that
Right.
level. Why-
Yeah,
You don't.
think
You
so.
don't. I didn't say that I want to. I desire it. What I'm saying is, some people outgrow their
Okay, yeah.
children.
Okay.
I get you.
Redirecting.
Mhm.
I get you.
Yeah.
You
I
right.
got you.
But
Thank
no,
you.
we haven't. No, they have.
Let's start out with family. Let's start there. I mean, that's a part of your
Start
children
with family.
too.
Okay, yeah, your
I
children
mean,
part of your
shit.
family.
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah.
Ooh. What was in those wings?
No, that
Yeah.
nigga is. He like his
pizza,
shirt. He's
that
very
motherfucker.
spicy right now.
No. I was asked the question.
No, but no, it's a good
Believe it or
question,
not,
though. I get you,
some
though.
people do have straining relationships with their children.
Yeah.
Some you've been in. I'm gonna say you've been in a relationship with, but you have some women that don't talk to their mama.
True.
You have some women that don't talk
True.
to their daddy.
True.
That does exist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bruh.
Okay. Yeah.
So as a
Okay.
result,
Yeah.
there is
Okay.
that means
Yeah.
that the response that
It might be that
possibility is
you know.
there.
It may be that Louisiana chicken colored brown shirt. he
Something.
got. Yeah, can we get two, please? Two piece, please. All right. He gonna get sensitive. I can tell right before he gets
no,
to this.
I'm-
To that, you use Sensodyne Toothpaste, huh? I can tell you.
Oh my God.
Oh well, yeah.
So what relationship have you distanced yourself from that you've had in the past that you thought was going to be great? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, we can take it all the way back to high school. We can go back to high schools where we know we aren't friends with everybody we grew up with. We saw different paths. We saw some people that were on certain things that we wasn't about, so they can't go. You have to make a decision to sever some relationships, and you can nurture other relationships, especially if you want to get ahead in life. Some spiritual relationships aren't going in the same direction as you. Some people don't believe the same thing you do, so they can't go. It's all about setting your life up in a way that promotes growth. And if you can be taken down by somebody else who has a different path or a different trajectory.
Yeah, because I mean, my parents told me certain dudes don't hang out with them. We played all till we got a certain age. Now my parents already knew, like, they going down that path.
Yeah, they going somewhere different.
You don't need to hang out with them. So we still remain friends, but it's just like anything. Loving a family member, you love them from a distance. If they're not working for you in your life no more, you gotta love them from a distance. I love you.
I agree,
but I gotta love you from a distance because our intermediate communication is not where it should be. It's toxic.
Can you wipe your head a little quieter? Because the mic is picking that up. Are you drying your head with sandpaper? That's what it sounds like.
Your lotion got lead in it.
Okay,
I'm gonna leave that. We gotta leave him alone. We got all the jokes out on Trevor at the beginning because I don't want him blowing up towards the end.
So Trevor, I hate to even ask Trevor a question.
Why? What about
No, Trevor, like we've known each other for years. We
Go ahead.
Can't even get it serious. We've known each other for years, but everybody goes in a different direction, right?
Yeah.
We may not be as tight as we used to be. Correct? No, I guess everybody.
Right.
Yeah, no. Never mind.
No.
We'll wait till y'all finish. Go ahead.
We finished what?
Yeah, get settled, Trev.
Nah, I'm just.
He got a lot going on.
Everybody got stuff going on. I'm waiting till you to finish.
No, you right, but it's for good now because everybody is growing individually and trying to make things happen. So that when you're trying to work on you, whether it's building yourself or building an empire, you don't get that time to really spend with loved ones or hang out as much as you would like to. But I mean, I think we all are going because we still we got this, but we also deal with each other outside of this.
It's a mentality thing too,
right?
Because the more heights you reach in success, the more people that aren't like you will hate.
Definitely.
Not necessarily just hate, but they will want you to enable them. And they may not even fit in your next round.
Right.
They may even bring their mere presence can bring you down.
Definitely.
Hey Keith, the second clip I sent you, it might be a good time to play that second.
Man, you give my son or my daughter, but I was just the same dude in 2015 that y'all just say, oh, he weird, he wearing tight clothes, No, it's just, what I mean? Like, you gotta open your mind. It was 2015 fall. I had to completely cut myself off from the hood because they was bringing me down. Even when I tried to bring them around like industry parties, they didn't fit in. So I was just like, that was just a hard pill to swallow. But I had to separate myself because that wasn't going to get me nowhere.
It wasn't.
And what's so crazy, I can go over there right now, and the same people that I cut off, they still right there. If they not, if they didn't get locked up or killed, you know what I mean?
That's
and now, what's crazy now? Guess who in my DMs now and be like, man, you give my son or my daughter, but I was just the same dude in 2015 that y'all just say, oh, he weird, he wearing tight clothes, No, it's just, what I mean? Like, you gotta open your mind. It was 20.
Yeah, that's unfortunately that's very common, and especially in a lot of our industry.
Yeah,
and that's an actor who plays on the Shy. Several different movies, but like, especially in the entertainment realm or sports, when you come into some success, and some people that aren't vested in preparing themselves for success want to just tag along to you and then make you feel bad for not enabling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look what happens when people still try to hang around in the hood. Like, you see what happened to Nipsey. You know, he still was connected to the hood. I mean, even though he had grew spiritually, financially, but he still, you know, some people say you just can't come back because you're gonna suffer the consequences of what's. I think Ice-T even came out with it. Said I don't. He said I don't go back to the hood. I used to be part of the hood. I used to have respect in the hood, but now it's a whole different ball game. The younger cats. They don't look at you the same. They just,
The ones
you
you
know,
grew up with, you can get a few, maybe
Yeah.
a few out of that group, that you can take with you. But like the younger ones, man, they, you pull up in something, they looking at you like, they planning to get you.
Oh, absolutely. I think you have to know how to come back and how to get back.
yeah,
You don't have to be
hanging out.
Yeah, you don't have to be hanging out. You can set up certain things to where you can create opportunity.
Right.
Yeah. You can show up and you can lend whatever support you can or point resources to that area,
or even bring
because you
jobs.
understand the struggle in that area. What better person to go back the right way and create opportunity to those who want it. Everybody don't want it.
Don't want it. Yep. And even though it seemed crazy, but when your mindset is the set, you willing to die right there. I've heard it. I've heard brothers that said, but to each his own. I mean, if that's what you want to do. That ain't where I want to die. But
yeah, well, how many successful athletes have we seen fall because they can't separate themselves?
Yeah.
Let's take the call.
I bet you it's Spencer.
Might not be.
You don't think so?
Thanks for calling. What's your name, question, or comment?
My name is EJ, man, and Deshaun invited me to look at this episode, my boy, and also Trevor. I used to go to your barbershop, man. Big ups to you, a real one, man.
Hey, thank
you. Anyway, man. I wanted to chime in on that a little bit, man. I want to go as far as saying that I believe that you are who you kick it with, and I'm saying that from experience.
Mm-hmm.
So from a standpoint of like my growth, I had to cut off so many people. I really didn't even truly believe in myself because they didn't believe in themselves. I had all these dreams, ambitions, and goals, and I would share these dreams with them, and they'll shoot me down or talk to me like I was crazy or didn't believe in me or whatever. It was just all negativity.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as I let them people go, I elevated.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I would say just really, really be mindful, man. To the listeners, man, who you keep in your circle.
Yeah,
you are your circle.
I agree.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree, EJ.
Great points.
A lot of people say cats don't run with dogs. That's an older saying I heard from an older gentleman before. He said cats don't run with dogs. So you are pretty much who you kick it with. If you hang out with 5 geniuses, you'll probably be the 6th. If you hang out with 5 idiots, you'll probably be the 6th. So the influence of your crowd and the people that you run with does have an impact on you.
Right. And you can't go, and you really can't go back to where you grew up at if you grew up in the bad area, man. Like those people are crabs in the barrel. You got to let that stuff go. You got to elevate. I mean, you could take some people, but everybody's not going to have your vision.
Right. Absolutely.
Right. God gave your vision to you.
Yeah,
it's your vision.
You can't share it with everybody. Even some of your closest family members, they'll say you crazy. You shouldn't be doing that. In a loving fashion, a mother might say you got a great job, right? And you want to go and you want to have this business venture. Your mother might say, well, baby, why don't you just don't keep the job? You got a good paying job. It pay you every 2 weeks, and you making good money. Stay there. But she don't know,
right.
Hey, it's in your heart to go further and beyond that. And I think it's not even a bad intention. It's just like people were comfortable.
Right.
Thank
Right.
you.
You shouldn't share your dreams with everybody.
Thank you for your
Yeah,
call,
man.
EJ.
Thank you for y'all podcast, man.
That's
Thank you,
Like I said,
man.
it's my
Thank you
first
Appreciate you.
for
episode.
tuning in.
I'm gonna get turn in support, man. I appreciate you
Okay,
guys.
like and
Thank
share so somebody
Thank
else
you,
can
man.
hear.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what
I think there's a
When-
way to go back. I don't want to say you can't
No,
go
right.
back
Yeah.
and help and make a difference, because there's ways you can go back and do it the correct way and do
Right.
it the safe way.
Yeah.
But to go back and dwell there,
Nah.
it's a little
Nah,
different.
a lot
Yeah.
different.
You can't go back
Yeah,
and hang out no more.
Yeah, I think if we've come from any area to where struggle was, or we know some of the solution, or we've been fortunate enough and blessed enough to amount to be successful.
Right.
I think the onus is on us to go back and implement certain things to it's at least inspire. At the least you can do is inspire somebody.
Yeah. Because I mean, once you come up, man, a lot of these hoods expect you to break bread, bro.
Yeah.
It's like you ain't taking care of the hood. What's happening?
But that's all a part too of how did you leave
How
the
did you-
hood?
yeah.
Were you a part of the hood? Before it's a little different. If I banged and I left and I got successful, then I'm still a banger.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm not active, now it's like you know what comes with that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But it the same thing can happen. It doesn't even have to be the hood bringing you back. It could be the people you begin to surround yourself with in this newfound success
Oh, absolutely.
are detrimental to your growth.
You talking about like
No,
black
I mean,
tax?
No, I'm just talking about like in the industry, like in Hollywood.
Yeah.
You may not be used to all these people doing drugs and shit like this. Then you can get caught up in that cycle because you feel like, hey, I made it here and this is what I'm supposed to do.
Then it goes, everybody can't stay.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think it's very hard to find true good friends that you could carry through life with you. That's a hard thing. You could say junior high school, college, you had all these friends, but where the fuck are they now? You know, the majority of them are maybe doing different stuff. Or my dad told me everybody ain't your friend. So I used to use friend loosely.
Right.
Yeah. I
Like,
think
yeah, that's
we all
my
did.
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my friend. My dad tell me everybody ain't your friend.
And you find out.
And I use it.
You
I don't
find
even
out.
use it no more. I say, oh yeah, that's an associate, business
Yeah.
Or client.
associate, or our client.
Client.
Yep, client works too.
Yeah.
Yep.
The way
Yeah.
I function is I use, for example, that Target logo. So that core, that red dot, that is blood. That is my family. You know, whatever I got, you got, period. And if it doesn't work out completely, it's whatever. Outside that is a white ring. You know what? Look, you're close to my family. You're not quite my family, but I'll treat you as such. It's almost like the realm of family, they would call it, probably, right? Then outside of that, there's another red border. Hey, look, we're cool. I have terms, limitations, and boundaries with you, and you're an associate. You're not really a friend, but you're an associate, and we're cool. Outside of that, look, there's a white background. I'll surrender friendship. Leave it at that. If I don't know you, fuck you, and if I do, so what? We have mutual respect for it, and you know, not to be that blatant, but you know,
Right.
in all actuality, that's really what it is.
Yeah.
If I do know you, cool, but if I don't, you know, so what? We just respect each other and we
Mhm.
keep it pushing.
Well,
Yeah.
But if you don't have terms, limitations, and boundaries with the people that are in your lives, then you know it can end up being to your detriment, because when you need them, and I'll say this, in every single relationship, every single friendship, everyone is like a tea bag. You don't know how strong they are until they're in hot water.
yeah. Well, you know what, Trill? I'm glad you broke that down, bro, because I would never look at the Target logo the same again. You know?
Thank you.
Yeah,
No,
now
no, for real.
when I look at it, you gonna be the first person that pop in my head.
If you ain't,
'Cause
if
see,
you ain't
right-
in that red dot,
Yeah.
Just remember you
analogy,
on the
man.
client rim.
Right. No, I know where I am now
Yeah,
with
just
Trill.
remember
I
that.
mean, You
Just
know,
remember that.
and some of the other fellas need to call and see what they pop up as too.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you ain't under what you think you under in Trevor phone.
I think even when we
I'm just
talk
saying.
about friendships, our interpersonal skills have to be. Some of us don't have that, right?
Right.
So we don't know how to talk to one another, be friends with one another. This is a great book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's written for like business constituents because people spend money with people that they like or they consider their friends, you know. So I'm saying that when you yoke, I'm gonna use this. When you yoke yourself with other people, you got to make sure they're stronger and you guys can go somewhere together. Even you can use that term equally yoked. If your friends are not equally yoked, you need to put them to the side and run with people that's gonna run with you.
Okay.
I'm not the lone wolf thing is not. I mean, you die when you the lone wolf. So it's nobody like it even said in the Bible when you don't have friends around you, when you fall, you have nobody to pick you up.
What do you guys think are some of the ramifications if you let or if you outgrow some of your family members? Why and what do you think are some of the results of that? Because sometimes we do that. Sometimes we outgrow some of our own family members. Why? What do you think causes it, and what do you think are some of the repercussions of it?
Not being on the same path.
Right.
So it's because all depends on where you're going. It's like getting in the Uber and not putting a destination in there. You ain't going nowhere. So if we're all going to the same place, then you get to align yourself with people who will probably be beneficial to your journey.
Yeah. Or even
now, if I'm going this way and they're going that way, then
yeah,
it's probably inevitable that we're gonna grow.
Or maybe at one time we
And what do you-
were on the same path.
So
and
what
I
would-
decide to veer off from that path. So that's another
If it's a detrimental path,
right.
Because like we can still be close in family, and if your journey is not affecting my journey in a negative way, then we still family. We still
Yeah.
So the
how do you guys
ramifications.
how do you guys deal with outgrowing even some of your family members? Because sometimes that's probably because of the emotional connection that you have, because of the history that you have with each other. Sometimes it's a little bit more difficult on you as an individual to sometimes even walk away from your family. Just a moment ago, you had made mention of the older generation saying and doing certain things, but actually some of our parents are the very ones, even though it may be good intentions, those are the very ones that hold you back. So your parents will be the ones to hold you back. Your parents will tell you that you have these great hopes and great dreams, right? God gave you this whole entire vision and desire for your life and where you see your life and where you view your life, right? And that's awesome. But your parents could be like, hey, you know what? You need to and you have to, and I have prepared for you to go to college. But that's not where my dream is. That's not what God told me, right? And then your parents could tell you, okay, so what's your plan B? That already infers that your plan A ain't good enough. Yeah. So when your parents tell you, okay, so what's your plan B? You got to like, wait. No, I'm driven by a different purpose. This is the talent that I have. God gave me this gift. I'm going to use this gift to propel me to another level and the stage in life that I desire. But even your family members and also primarily your parents will tell you ask you, what's your plan B?
Yeah. Well, I think some of them do it to kind of protect you. You know what I mean? To kind of give you just like with mines. Yeah, I want to know what's your goals? What are you trying to do? But I also ask them, okay, so if that don't work, then what? Because you don't want your child out there. Say if whatever they set out or they dreams or whatever, say it don't work. Or it may take a little longer than what they thought. Then what do you have to come behind that to sustain you until that come through?
I think it's incumbent upon us as parents that are a little bit wiser, and we are also the resource for our children. all the resources that we have, we put. I'm not gonna say put it at the feet of our children, but give our children the opportunity to make those choices, so that they have a better idea of how to format what direction to go to, and let that be their choice. But I'm giving you the options. Like,
Well, yeah,
this person does
that's
this.
cool.
This
It's nothing wrong with that. But I'ma also um equip you with this may happen. So if this happened while you going along your journey, then maybe this is how you may deal with it to keep you up or to keep you moving forward towards it. So it has to. Being a parent is just like when you buy something out of the store and you got to assemble it. Then you have this thing called instructions for you to build it, to put it together, to sustain. So if it won't, once you just unless you just have it that smart to where you can put it together without instruction. But it's the same way when it comes to your kids, because you want to see them achieve whatever their heart desire. But at the same time, we're living in a real world, so things happen. So I just want you to be prepared just in case.
Well, I think, yeah, you could say that. I think it goes back to, like, when you do a business plan, you have a risk analysis,
Yeah.
right? So it's a thing. Even when you, like, they have a contingency plan. Like, if this doesn't work, what should you do? Right? You could sell the business. You could franchise the business. Go look for some more investors or whatever or whatnot. But I think to say, like, you, I'm, I'm torn with Plan B. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's almost like an escape route. Like, if you believe cold-heartedly, like, this shit is gonna work, I think you should go with it, go forward
Yeah.
with it with fervor, and leave everything else behind.
My
Like,
plan B was always to work harder on plan A.
there you go. See, so
Yeah.
I'm saying, even when we do business plan, it's a risk analysis. Okay, I'm gonna have these. So you prepare. I'm saying you prepare them for, okay, you might run into this. You're
Right.
gonna have to do this. You
Yeah.
might run into this. You're gonna have to do this. But never lose sight of
No, you don't.
of the
You don't
goal.
instruct. That's not what I was saying. I was just saying, just like you said, well, I'm gonna
Mhm.
work harder
Yeah.
for that. So it's just you just like my analogy have always been. You get warnings for speed bumps, but you don't get no warning for potholes. So you may run into a speed bump, but you try to avoid the potholes. So it's like so take a plan B out and do it that way. So I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
You want them to
yeah.
achieve.
I mean, what helped me, bro, is preparation and growing up, and that's where a parent could kind of guide a kid
Right.
in their adolescence.
Yeah.
Because I learned, like, right out of high school, I worked at a body shop for 3 years.
Yeah.
After that, I got a job. I was a
Right.
painter.
Yeah.
I did certain things to survive, and I can always fall back on them
Yeah,
because they're
right.
trades.
Yeah, definitely.
We
This,
have a
yeah.
Caller,
Whoever it
state
is.
your name, your question, or your comment.
What's up, fellas? This is Johnny. One of the things I tell my sons is failure is not an option, but having a plan B is not a bad thing. But give your all to plan A.
that was good.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
I think
he's
that's,
in the audience too. He's in.
but I think that's pretty much what we all are saying.
yeah,
We're all in agreement.
yeah.
It may be worded a little different, but I think we all
Yeah.
in agreement.
I think, well, this may be going too deep, but I think sometimes it's like things that we suffer from. Uh, I'm an avid reader, so this book, Post Traumatic Slave Syndrome, they always talk about how the mothers used to downplay their sons or children, so they didn't get sold off on the plantation. Like, if this guy was this this young man was a great blacksmith, and it was like, oh, Johnny is a great blacksmith, she would say, nah, he all right, but he a little slow.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I get it.
Caller, state your name, state your statement or question.
This Deshaun.
Yeah, what's up, Deshaun?
What's happening, folks? Hey, man, first off, I just want to say this is another great topic you're bringing to the table for your platform. I think it's going to strike a lot of thought for a lot of people. But I would like to ask a question. And this one is specifically for Kanoon, I think, because he mentioned a book that is vital for a lot of people to read if they haven't read it. It's by Dale Carnegie. It's How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's a very good book, and it teaches you and explains to you how to understand what people are into and their traits and their qualities and befriend them to kind of have an advantage over them. And so what my question is but to what point do you say, you know what, I'm not interested in learning any more about this person because the traits and the qualities they're presenting to me do not show, or more so, they don't give me a great feeling on where in the direction that I'm trying to go. They can't support me in the direction that I'll try to go. So how do you recognize that in people? And when do you make that decision? When do you know when enough is enough? If it comes to a friendship or a business relationship, whatever kind of relationship, maybe even a marriage, when do you know enough is enough?
I would definitely think that a person will show you a pattern of their behavior. After you notice a pattern of the behavior, whether it's going in the direction with you or apart from you, then you have a better idea of whether or not you should go forward, and or better yet, this relationship is going to go forward without you,
I
based
think
upon patterns of behavior.
I think when things aren't mutually beneficial, and we is reciprocity is one of the tenets that I live by. So is if this energy isn't reciprocal, then we need to reassess our friendship. If it's not, I'm giving and you always receiving. That's a recipe for a disaster to the point where I won't have no more to give to you. Then that person is a parasite. They just leeching off of you for whatever, and that's not a good, healthy relationship either.
Mm-hmm. So to those solutions and to those answers, what you're saying, Trevor's, you're saying that you recognize when somebody is not giving you what you're giving them, and then Canoe, you're saying when you're a giver and the person is consistently receiving and not giving back, it's not adding any value to that friendship or relationship or the direction you may be trying to go.
Well, not just that, but I also see what they're doing for themselves. I see a pattern of behavior of how you deal with and handle your own responsibilities in your day to day. However, in seeing that, and I also see a pattern of how you handle me in a particular situation, that should give me some idea of whether or not I want to continue growing with this person or how close I will or will not be with that person. So their own personal lives and how they deal with me in terms of whatever interactions we have.
And
one quick comment, and then I would like to also add this just before I get off. Let's also talk about it in a corporate aspect, right? Because you all are entrepreneurs sitting on that platform right now, and for those that don't know, you guys are all entrepreneur men of have your own businesses. You work for yourselves. But for the men who wake up in the morning and punch the clock or may go into a corporate job and work for salary, how do you navigate that arena when you can't get away from those people who could potentially be pulling you back from going to the next level or continuously tearing down the ideas that you give to try to grow and create your own space within that organization?
I worked in the corporate sector before becoming an entrepreneur, and sometimes you had to be willing to move. You might have to move departments. You might have to work on something of your own while you're working at that job.
I think dealing with
Go ahead. That was definitely I would say a Monica question, and that's also like they close to being fired kind of a situation. Like if you're a cancer in the company, they find a way to exit you out. But go ahead. As far as I know,
I think we have to, especially in the corporate world, you have to utilize people that are around you. I think corporations and leaders, when you show a high amount of leadership, you can instruct people that may not be, you may be having a problem with another person, and you can instruct that other person, and they could do your bidding for you in a sense.
Yeah.
You never want to get your hands dirty. To
You know,
me,
one
in
of the things
a
I
sense.
respect too, real quick, guys. What I respect too, what Kanoon said too, was you can't tell everybody your dreams and you can't tell everybody your plan, because infiltration is real. And so I think that's one of the things too that has to go with this topic as well. So I'm gonna get off. I know y'all have a lot of other people who want to talk, but I respect y'all, gentlemen. Thank y'all for the platform, and I appreciate y'all. And
Thank you,
man,
brother.
much
Appreciate
respect.
you, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
what do you guys think about friends and growth? In terms of you having some friends that you have to, even though you don't want to, you have to let some of these friends go. How do you deal with that? How do you handle that? Because you have some kind of emotional connection sometimes, just like family. Then you also have people that some people, you have some peer pressure, growing up, depending on what age you're at. Then you also have people that are stagnant, but they're friends, and you want to help them. And sometimes they even call you and ask you for advice, right? But they don't take your advice, or they won't apply your advice. But you know good and well that what you're saying or how you're assisting or how you're helping them really works. My thing is, listen, I'll tell them directly, look, do you want my information? Do you want my help and assistance or not? For one. For two, if I tell your ass is cheese on the moon, just get your crackers. Period. Are you going to get them? Yes or no? Because if not, I can't waste my breath. I feel like my words are priceless, and I hope your ass don't have to pay for them. And I say that especially with my children. Like, listen, my words are priceless. I hope your ass don't have to pay for them, because what you pay for my words, if you go against it,
Say
and
it
if
again.
it's not,
Say it again.
One more time.
I'm gonna tell your ass, my words are priceless. I hope your ass never have to pay for them, because that shit really hurt. You can pay for them with time, money, and energy, right? So if it's your kids, you can be their springboard or their sometimes even their emotional pincushion.
You just said
or their
friends,
backup,
though.
right?
Yeah,
But when you're dealing with your friends,
it all went back to.
I said that to my children. No, what I said is, I tell my children that.
You would
Right?
ask a question.
But
about
I'm saying, if it pertains to your children, you'll still be there to support them. If it's your friends and associates, it's like, look, I told your ass, I'm not obligated to stay here and keep being this sounding board for your ass, because you get draining. The only people that we have a tendency to do that for is our children, to stay there and take that shit.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what kind of crackers you bring to the moon, brother.
Yeah, if I say it's cheese on the moon, don't question me. If I tell you it's cheese,
cheese, nigga, is it?
Your ass is the one that ain't gonna bring crackers. Okay, go ahead. I'm telling you, because
I
oftentimes
like a little wine with my.
okay. but the thing is, if Canoes tells me about the clothing industry, if you tell me about the streets, if he tells me about music, I mean, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna sit here and question you all the time. So if I'm a friend and I need your help in certain areas,
exactly,
but I don't do it and I don't apply, application is what's important. I give a shit if you listening to me.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do something about it?
Yeah.
If you're not gonna do something about it, then I mean, shit.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time and waste of my breath.
Someone is laying in the hospital right now.
I minimize my shit
because they didn't listen.
Because they didn't want to listen.
And that's what's that old saying? A hard head make a soft ass.
Yeah,
You know
I can tell you one way we can benefit our kids, and not severing that, is we could work on being successful and start a plan to live out the rest of our lives for ourselves. A lot of kids are held back because they feel they have to take care of the parents when they reach a certain age, because they didn't put nothing aside. Or I'm not saying it's everyone's fault, because some people don't even have the opportunity to put something to the side. Right. But it also it holds our kids back when they have to take care of us.
Yeah.
When we get older, because we didn't do something to plan for the future.
Yeah.
So I think while we're at an age to where we can
absolutely
plan for the future, and that will free our kids in the future, we should probably implement everything we can.
And
that's pivotal. That's pivotal.
Exactly what I'm in the process of working on right
there
now.
are many homes that are being purchased because Nana didn't have her ducks in order. There are many homes that the grandchildren lived in with Nana or their grandmother and don't know how to take care of, don't know how to manage, and they don't have the ducks in a row.
Don't pay the taxes.
But the rims cost more than the car that they purchasing while they living in a room with Nana and not paying rent. And I'm unfortunately a lot. Say again, Nicole.
Yeah.
Period.
We
Okay, we have a call
caller.
coming in.
Caller.
Hello, caller. Thank you for your call. What's your name, question, and comment?
Gentlemen, this is Johnny again. That's another example of someone who can't go. Sometimes your grandkids can't go because they're not willing to put themselves in a position to win and to carry on what you started. So at the same time, everybody can't go. Just because you're family don't mean you can go.
Nope.
Everybody, just family, you can't choose your family. You could choose, matter of fact, you choose your family. You can't choose your relative. You can't help who you related to, but you can help who you call family.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. That's
Absolutely.
true.
They call them family. And that's a difficult decision to make because sometimes, whether it be in terms of want to do something as a collective, as a family, wanting to put something towards or have an idea or thought or plan that can help the family in the future and leave an inheritance to the children's children, some people don't necessarily believe that. And unfortunately, the one that does believe it and employs it ends up being the one that is sometimes either hated or seen as the one that takes it or that wants to take advantage of a situation. No, I prepared for the situation. If they prepare for the situation and it just so happened to pass, okay, I'm not saying that I'm benefiting from it, but I'm planning for some of the things that you guys are putting your head in the sand in. It's like, okay, this is coming. Nana is sick. Paw is in the hospital. We just gonna sit here with our heads in the sand and not do shit. Nicole took care of her mother for 7 straight fucking years, right? So here you are, you're doing something. You're putting the ducks in order, regardless of how long it takes. The efforts still have to be employed to make sure everything is secure and taken care of in the future. Whereas if we don't do that, it's going to turn around and bite you in the ass, and then the family will turn around and look at you like, oh, you think you all that, or you're getting all the accolades and praise, or you because of all the hard work you did, they taking your hard work that you budgeted your time, money, and energy for granted. And it's kind of like, wait a minute, I'm the one that sacrificed to make sure everything is good for all of us. But some people have a tendency to backbite and or to be jealous and envious of it. But it's the truth, and that, like I said, it could be your children and your family.
Yeah, I may give my kids, depending on what they're doing, a little bit more rope than family members, because
rope.
Yeah, for as hang on a little bit.
Oh, I thought
longer.
You meant to hang themselves.
No.
What the fuck?
I wouldn't do. Man,
You say you should give them enough rope so they can hang themselves.
Yeah, but
that's
no.
what I thought.
Well,
That's what he was saying.
Okay, we'll give them. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the adage that I'm used
saying,
to.
not literal.
It's not literal, kind.
Yeah.
So, in terms of your spouse, okay, fellas and ladies, in terms of your spouse,
I didn't
now,
even know you
how
had
does-
patches on the back.
Yeah, I've
the
seen that a long
elbows.
time
I've
ago.
seen that.
They don't
called
come
my
down
back-
enough.
That's probably the
That's-
best thing on the shirt.
That's called my back arm.
That's
So,
but one
that's
thing,
the best
okay,
thing on
what
the
about
shirt.
outgrowing your spouse? What about
Or your
outgrowing the
shirt.
person that you with? Because I would dream that, and that's a few of the guys in the audience or in the green room are married. But how is it when you're married or have a spouse or in a relationship? When you're in a relationship, you can say bye. But what happens if you're married to someone
You still say bye.
and
Shit.
It's called
Bye.
divorce.
Well, matter of fact,
You're not supposed
but
to.
yeah, spiritual and financial
not
grow
supposed to
together
just say
and
bye.
separation.
or bye
How
bye.
would you guys? Okay, well, we already
Shit.
understand where you stand with that. Okay. Kanum, where do you stand with that? If you were in a relationship and your spouse is, you guys are outgrowing one another spiritually or financially, how do you deal with that? Do you go ahead and handle it because you're married, or you walk away?
Of course, you go and handle it. As a man, I think you set the tone for the family. If she's unwilling to follow that, then yeah, you might have to let that go, because you're not going to be at the same level at any point in the relationship. It's just not, And as a man, you're supposed to be this, this teacher. If you got a woman that is unwilling to learn,
you cannot teach.
I mean, you shouldn't be with her in the first place. I don't even know how you guys got to that point.
You hold them back in that grade.
Repeat
the
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I would definitely
send her the continuation.
that's something you have to even
Go to the principal's office.
That's something you have to tackle before you even get in that relationship. I hope you have. So, growing apart is not a thing. Once you reach a certain point,
Man,
we can't grow apart. We're growing together.
we want to get entangled with each other.
Yeah. Because one without the other is mute. Like,
Yeah.
You
It's
got
been a
one-
great show. It's been
You
a
got
great
one
show.
shoestring,
It's been a
but
great
you got
show.
2 shoes.
I guess so.
Yeah, it was a top. Nice
are
topic.
you gonna do the
Real spit.
Well, he's going to
Real
let us know what the
Well,
topic
no.
is for next week, and then I'll go into the real spit.
Oh, you
That's usually the
excuse
format
us, brown shirt.
every fucking week. Go ahead.
Oh, excuse us, brown shirt.
We're gonna go to the real spit right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
guess
the
he
real
told
spit.
you.
Cue the music, please, so we can have some real
I
spit.
guess he
Producer.
told you.
Okay. Copper penny.
So
Anybody in there?
Since we don't have any music for the real spit, I'm just going to go. This is the
Do
real
it a cappella.
spit segment of the show.
Brought to you by Laurie Seasoning Salt.
As we grow in, whether it be on our family, friends, or other relationships, we have to understand that the more you become enlightened on this whole puzzle that we call life or the world, oftentimes as we grow, we get bigger, whether it be mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. The board or the puzzle pieces that we're trying to put together on this life as we grow, as we get bigger and become more enlightened in those topics, like I said, oftentimes we may be the same shape, but we're growing, but we don't fit on that puzzle piece or puzzle table anymore. So as a result, we're a misfit. We don't fit in to where we once were. We've just grown. Same shape, same person, just I've grown in many different ways and in many different areas. And we also understand that when we have a vision that we're striving towards, that we need to shield and protect that vision, because God gave it to us, not to our family members, not to our friends, not to our children. God gave you the vision. That is something that you see, some from within. And that also gives you that drive as a result. So because God has given you that vision, that drive, it belongs to you, and other people won't necessarily understand your vision, your view that God gave to you. So you don't have to explain it, and you have to explain the instructions to anybody else, period. And then we also, in a relationship, sometimes we tie ourselves to a person, or sometimes even the wrong person. But we also, when that relationship dissipates, and the one that grows and the one that doesn't, that often should tell you who was weighing that relationship's growth down. If someone once said the biggest revenge is success. So if you succeed after you leave a relationship, or if you fall after a relationship, that kind of gives you an implication of who was weighing that relationship down. Don't be the one that raised the relationship down. Just try to grow and keep growing. I pray to see you guys next week here on Spitt'n Pollassedz. I want to give everybody a thank you. Dub, Nicole, Johnny, Mackie, Deshaun, Derek, Kevin, Kier. You better not say your name. And
What?
Whenever you're ready. Thank you for being here. We'll see you guys next week on Spitt'n Pollassedz.
Hey,
still
what
has
you
to do
jumping, man.
No, he turned on the music.
But
Cut
See
the
y'all
music.
next week. See y'all next
Cut the
week.
music. We can easily cut the music. We still got a couple minutes.
how y'all like this in-house audience?
I enjoy it.
Think it'll work?
Next week's topic is
Let's do that.
See you next week.
Thank you and good night.
and A-Ron, thank you for being here, A-Ron. Big Fish.
Big Fish bail bond.